Okay, nice to see you all again. Starting to build today. I really want anybody else who's thinking of building a bike to be able to watch the video and get a real feel for what it's like. I've never built a bike before. It's my first time. I have done a lot of research on the different equipment I'm using, and I'll tell you why I picked some of the stuff we did. All I've done is watch YouTube videos and do research on how to complete this build and why I picked the frame I did. Now, it was supposed to be more of a budget build than it's turned out to be. Black Friday happened and the bike industry's in a bit of turmoil, so there were some parts going with some ridiculous discounts. So I wasn't even necessarily going to go with electric gears, but that did happen. Lethal. So we'll go through all that. I have made a plan. I did a plan. There you go. My writing is not the neatest, but you'll see cutting the forks is a bit scary. That way hopefully I won't get lost. It is bullet pointed, so it's quite short. There's quite a bit to each of these stages, but at least it's hopefully the right order. There's a bit of logic behind it, so I could talk about that a bit more. Okay, so let's show you the parts that are in the build. Let's start with the frame, the forks, the bars. What we've got here is the Windspace T1550. It is the anniversary special, but all that means is you get a little bit of a logo there, established in 2008. I went with red and black. I thought white and black was really nice. I nearly hit the trigger on the white and black, but I went with red and black in the end. Now these are the Lun Hyper D67 wheel set, about 1,550 grams. They're the cheaper ones of the two because I've got steel bearings in these, not ceramic bearings. The dearer ones are a little bit more expensive, but at 1,550 grams I think it is from memory, for what is some quite deep carbon wheels. These are good value for money. So they're about 60mm on the front wheel here, so that's the front wheel, and they're about 67mm, 68mm on the back. To finish off the wheel set, I've gone and got myself some Grand Prix 5000s from Continental, and these are really well thought of tyres because they're reasonably puncture resistant. These are tubeless ready ones. I will be running no tubes. Okay, so these are most of the parts of the build. We've got the SRAM red group set. Now I would never think of buying SRAM red. There was something like 60% or even more off of this. Now it did not come with cranks or cassette, but it did come with the shifters. So this is the ETAP SRAM red shifter, front derailleur, rear derailleur, and you can see in here some rotors as well. So that is a Halo model. However, it's the D1 SRAM red, which there's now I think it's D2 anyway. There's a new one, so this is old stock, and that's why it was so competitive. And to go with the group set, what we've got is a SRAM Force crank and a SRAM Force cassette, which is a step down, but it's the same as what I've got on my gravel bike, and it's been really good. Not massively heavy, but if I ever want to be a snob about it and a weight weenie, then what you would change would be that crank and cassette, but I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine. There's the other half. So that follows on from the group set. The other bit that's interesting is that directly links to what bottom bracket you need. So your bike tells you what diameter hole and width it is. So my bike's a BB86, and then the other part's a SRAM dub, and that refers to the size of the hole to go with this crank set here. There's one debate going on with dub BB86s, because the diameter of the crank is quite big and the BB86 shell diameter is not massive, you end up with small ball bearings. So there's an argument that these may wear out more quickly than other bikes. Not a lot I can do about it. There's no point in spending loads of money on ceramic bearings and things, because if they do get replaced more often, I've just gone for the absolute standard SRAM dub BB. The other bit people don't tell you is missed out. When you buy the wheels, they don't come with rotor locks. The group set doesn't come with rotor locks. So mine luckily came with center locking rotors, which will screw straight onto the wheel. There's a conversion kit if you need to. if you know what your wheels are and you know what's in your group set, you can make sure you pair up either centre locking or 6-bolt rotors with the correct wheels. If you've got centre locking, you need a locking nut, and that's what this is. So that did cost a little bit as well, but they're anodised red to go with the red frame. Force chain, pretty standard. And then again, Black Friday, £200 off this saddle. It ended up costing about 60 quid, which is less than what I paid for a lesser saddle some time ago on my road bike. So it's supposed to be very comfortable, and it's carbon and only 187 grams. So, and then some nice bar tape with some anodised red finishing plugs. So hopefully I won't make too much of a mess of the bars. It should look quite nice. There's some nice little red logos that travel around the bar, so there's a bit of a theme there, you know, to go with the red flash in there. Nice little bit of red there as well. So what I'm going to do now is I really want to start putting something together now. I've shown you all the bits. Let's get started. Thanks for watching the first episode. In episode 2, I take you through the full build. I'll share what went well and what didn't. If you like the video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss episode 2.